This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Philippines, good evening. Mayang gabi sa Tibok Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao up to Sabah. Marhaban kay halik, kay falhal, bismillahirrahmanirrahim, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Ako po si Eric Espina and this is your republic, your republica. Tonight, it's always been part of this program's advocacy to focus on certain issues that sometimes fall in between the cracks of governance and administrative notice. And from the very beginning, this program is proud enough to say that we've always been pushing for the recovery of Philippine territory, which is Sabah, which will have geometric, economic, social, and cultural effect to the entire Philippine Republic if and when we truly focus on such a very important issue. As the Americans say, it's the elephant in the room, which we always keep in the back burners. Trying to avoid discussing what should really be part of Philippine territory. We're haggling over West Philippine Sea, Benham Rice, and yet this one, what are we doing about it? So tonight, we're going to be talking to a very outspoken advocate. Her family has suffered many pains, many years, and they could be a very rich family actually. None other than Princess Jaisal Kiram, the Recovery of Sabah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. First question, what happened to the patriots of Lahad Datu?
Well, first, pabati muna, no? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Isang bati po ng kapayapaan. Mayang gabi sa inyong tanan.
Yes, very good, very good.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Well, yung mga survivors of Lahad Datu are all in Mindanao already.
Yes.
They're there trying to live a life, struggling. There was a time when I was able to talk to a representative from the CDA para ipa-seminar ko sila on, on cooperative. Because sabi ko, mag-assess tayo. Ano ba ang meron tayo? Marami tayong oras kasi lahat tayo walang trabaho. Malakas tayo. Kasi nga, they came ready sila to give themselves para to get Sabah back for the Filipinos. But not until malakas talaga tayong totoo, then we can win Sabah back. So ito muna, first things first, magpalakas tayo. We have to make sure na kailangan mapadala natin ang ating mga anak sa eskwelahan.
Yes.
So we have to have means for that. And one way is to have a livelihood. So I tried to give them a seminar on livelihood training. So kung anong meron doon sa lugar, like marami namang isda, marami naman pwedeng like magtinapa, mga ganyan. Yung mga maliliit ko, anong meron ka doon sa lugar mo. So that, busy ka, nakakakita ka ng pera, kumikita ka ng pera, hindi ka prone to recruitment ng mga insurgent groups. Kasi alam mo, Eric, ang pinaka natatakot ako dito is for them to be recruited by the emerging insurgent groups in Mindanao. Hindi na po tayo papayag maging na lumaki pa ang problema natin sa Mindanao.
Are we also talking about, are you exploring the possibility of go negosyo?
Lahat po ng pwedeng for livelihood programs nila, we have to help them do that.
Entrepreneurial spirit, to develop the entrepreneurial spirit of our people from Southern Mindanao. I think that's very important.
Yes, correct.
Oo. Siguro maybe you should get in touch with Secretary Concepcion on that, because I think they'd be very open, because I think they're also very busy helping with the Marawi situation. I mean, to try to alleviate the conditions there.
Well, hindi ako masyadong familiar about their programs, but if they have programs like that, then
you should be the face for Go Negosyo in diba, in Southern Mindanao. What do you think?
well, it's up to them.
Diba? And then, so how about what happened to those who were arrested?
The 11 people who were arrested.
Yes.
Well, I think may conviction na. They're convicted already. Parang meron ng sentence to death.
Okay. You're related to
One of them.
Yes, one of them.
One of them is my cousin, and the others are Tausug, no, and some have been living na in Sabah for the longest time. Pero yun nga, they were illegally arrested. Wala man lang talagang totoong wala silang kasalanan, Eric.
Okay.
Like my cousin is just doing business.
Okay.
Sabah, Sulu, ganon.
Okay.
At I think trading or kung ano man ang pwede niyang makuha, ibenta para mabuhay.
Yes.
But then because of the Sabah standoff, basically because he's a Kiram, and with him are Tausug people.
What is he has a title? What is his title?
He's a datu. He's a cousin of mine, first cousin.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yes. But just like all the Tausug, kinakabahan sila nung panahon na yon dahil kapag Tausug ka, wala nang due process, ikukulong ka kaagad.
Just because you're Tausug?
Yes.
And they'll know you're Tausug?
Yes. By accent, I think.
By accent?
Yes.
You can tell? Really? So it's by mere accent, you can be indicted and brought to court?
Yes. Kaya ngayong iba daw, some that can speak Samal, they're speaking in Samal, but not in Tausug. Because Samal people knows how to speak Tausug. In the same manner that Tausug also speaks Samal. But there's a difference in accent.
Intonation,
yes,
no?
Intonation.
The problem is your cousin is a Kiram, so it's a dead giveaway.
Yes.
So what is the fate? What is happening? He was just picked up and then brought to jail?
Yes, brought to jail. I think
he's still in jail up to now?
He's still in jail up to now. All of them, 9 of them, are sentenced to death by hanging. That's the news that we got from media then from the Philippines, because they interviewed me about this when the decision came out.
Yes. And then what representations is the Philippine government undertaking in behalf of its nationals?
Last year, nung lumabas po yung issue na ito, nung una, I think it was another court who sentenced them to death. Timing, it was the Filipino-Chinese friendship anniversary. So there's a representative from the DFA who's there. It was supposed to be Secretary Cayetano, but he couldn't make it, so he sent his representative. So yun ang nakausap natin. Sorry, nakalimutan ko na yung pangalan ng USEC.
Okay.
But then, ang sinabi naman nila that they'll do everything to help our kababayans who's about to face death in Malaysia. Pero I think they're coordinating now, closely coordinating with the Department of Foreign Affairs, and malaki ang tiwala ko na because it's Alan Cayetano, who's now the Secretary of Department of Foreign Affairs, he knows what to do, and he knows what he is doing.
Have you tried what do you call this? Trying to seek an audience with the president with regards to the fate of your cousin and the other members of the Tausug, or even just to attempt to talk to him and give him a bird's eye view of what's happening there, and what may be done in behalf of our nationals?
Well, not on that issue, but we wrote a letter already to the DFA, and the letter was coursed through the DFA. So it's for the president, but wala pa naman hong sagot hanggang ngayon.
What was the nature of this letter?
Na we are seeking for assistance of the government kasi nga nasa bingid ng nasa bingid ng kamatayan, kung tama ba yung terminology na yun, no? But then, alam natin na inosente itong mga tao na ito. And ang nakakalungkot dito, because election is nearing in Malaysia, this is being used as a political issue.
For population?
I think.
Okay, for those who would like to be very strict about such incursions in their supposedly against their laws, so they're pushing for this.
Maybe that, I don't know, because ano yan two parties lang naman in Malaysia So they said before in 2013 that this is only because of election din. No? Nagagamitan yung issue ng Sabah, yung incursion na sinasabi is because it's nearing election. I don't know how they're relating it to their political issues in Malaysia.
Refreshing the minds of our audience, there were Filipino nationals who died in Lahad Datu, no?
Yes.
Okay. And then we were able to recover their bodies? No, they were left there? What happened to that?
Well, yung mga Muslims, they were buried there already.
Yes, okay.
Yung doon na rin talaga sila nilibing. Like the RSF, no, hindi ko kasi alam yung storya ng ibang namatay, but the members of the Royal Security Force who went there with the then Raja Muda, Agrimuddin Kiram, doon na rin sila nilibing.
Okay.
There were 235 who went there and 236 135 lang ang nakabalik ng buhay.
I don't know, you have to educate me, no? These are unmarked graves, or do you mark your graves? How is this?
Yeah, we mark our graves. Yung simpleng, isang kahoy na parang a foot tall as a marker, yun, ganun lang.
No names? No names?
If they can put names, then they'll put names.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know where the Raja Muda was buried?
The Raja Muda did not die in Lahad Datu.
Okay, nakabalik siya.
Yes, nakabalik siya. And then he had an heart attack.
Okay.
And died after a year.
Okay.
So 2014 siya namatay.
What did we learn from that experience? We have to be stronger?
Yes, that we have to be stronger.
Better armed?
We have to be more united.
Okay.
And hindi ganun ang solusyon, Eric.
Okay.
Hindi ganun, if we want to get Sabah back, or if we want, as Filipinos, if we want to benefit from Sabah as Filipinos, Sabah being our territory as a Filipino, it's not a good way. I mean, from the very beginning, my father did not allow them to go there.
Okay.
Even if they're just saying na we just want to exercise our right to live in our territory.
Ancestral domain?
Yun, sinasabi, no?
Ancestral domain, yes.
It was their territory. It was our territory, so they're getting old.
Yeah.
And they just want to experience how to live in Sabah.
Yes, yes.
Dahil alam nila na kanila yung Sabah.
Yes,
My dad didn't allow them for the simple reason that what if you are not accepted well? If you're not received well, how will you react? So yun yung nakakatakot, yung reaction mo doon sa pagtrato nila sa'yo. And true enough, nangyari. Napatunayan natin ito na nagkaroon ng Lahad Datu. But ang sinasabi ko nga ngayon, we have to be stronger. Hindi lang sa might, no? Hindi lang para makipaglaban ka. Maraming forms ang pakikipaglaban. And one of this is to educate our children so that the advocacy on Sabah will not die in our generation. It will continue. It will be passed on to our children hanggang sa meresolba natin ang issue na ito. But another...
And shouldn't the education not just be focused on Southern Mindanao or the Tausugs, but including people from UST, from Ateneo, from UP? We're going to come back with you after these few reminders.